Now I want to show you how to do this WaterPik thing that I'm sending you. It operates on water pressure. The pump is in here. This lid comes off like this, and it's got the lid has other points in here, but I've never really used them, so I don't know how they work. I just have used the same ones forever. Don't even know what some of these are for. If I can get it back in here, I can't put those back in right now. So anyway, this fits on top. You take this off, and the water goes in here. Now this thing comes off like this, and there's a little diaphragm here in the bottom that seals off the flow to the pump. You can fill it up with water and it doesn't. It'll drip if you let it sit long enough, but it won't drip very easily. So I'm going to put some water in here and show you how it works. You can see I've got water in here now, and it's like drip, 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 drip. So it doesn't seal it off permanently. So you have to get it on the pump pretty soon, and when you push it down on there, that little diaphragm seals the opening to the pump, and it requires a 110 plug. So there again, you'll need a transformer to use it. We'll plug it in, and I've got this pan here because when I turn it on, the pressure, the water pressure coming out of this thing right here is so strong it'll just spew everywhere. So I'm going to aim it down in here when it's not in my mouth. But what you're supposed to do is keep it in your mouth to turn it on. And this little switch right here, you can't see my mouth up there, but this little switch right here, you put this tip in your mouth and turn the switch on. And your mouth fills up with water. Oh yeah. And you do it over the sink. You do it over the sink so the water coming out, I don't know if you can see it, but the water's coming out of this thing really pressure. I've got this towel in here so it doesn't splatter everywhere, but keep it in your mouth and then just let it run out of your mouth as you clean your teeth, like this. And when this thing gets empty, you turn it off, and this cord just fits right in here. I got it backwards. Fits right in this little slot. Now, a few minutes ago, when I was getting set up, I was cleaning off the face of this, and I went to take this off, and I pulled it straight out, and I cracked that little bracket. It's old, so it just cracked. So when you're putting this in and out, make sure you go above it and slide it in like a little pouch, like that. Don't try to pull it straight out. It'll break these little things. This one right here is already cracked. So now the control of this operates on this switch, of course, but this right here regulates the pressure. So you can change the pressure. Right now I've got it over here on about 3 or 4, and that the pump is so old the pressure gauge may not be working. So if I was you, I would not put it up high. That water pressure coming out of there could actually cut your gums. It could be pumping so fast and so hard that a little spray of water will cut your gums. So keep it right here on about 3. If you want to move it up slightly, 1 or 2, and test it, then move it up again and test it, but don't go too high. It will cut your gums. And then the water in here, of course, it gets all sucked out. When it's empty, you turn it off. But right now I'm just going to dump what's left in here in my pan and unplug this. So that's it. And they don't make this model anymore. They make something equivalent, but it's very much more expensive than this was. And this goes on here like this for storage to keep the dust out of there. Okay. Okay, I have to add this little thing. The tips are up here in this lid, and to replace the tips you take this little wand here and you push the blue button in. To replace the tips, you put the tip in here like this, and you just push down. See the space in there? You push down, and it pushes that space, so now it's not going to come out. To remove it, push this little button, and it pops this up, and you can put a different tip in there. Then just push this back in, push it down, and your tip is in there. There are 4 or 5 tips in the box, and you might want to change. You might want to use one different. This one here I've just been using. I never changed on mine, so it's up to you, whatever you want to use. But I will put the tips up here and tape. I'm going to tape this together so this doesn't spill out in the box in the shipment. Okay?